It's nice when people connect with music on a deep level. Then they want to connect with other people the music touches. That's only natural. It's a starting point for friendships and discovering other music. I've met a lot of friends at shows. Sometimes it starts from t-shirts. Obviously I'm a fan of the band that I'm seeing, that's why I bought a ticket and showed up. So I won't wear a shirt of the band that I'm seeing, but I will wear merch for other bands, and people can see what else I'm into. Even the bands often love that. Fernanda Lira liked my Sisters of Suffocation shirt when I saw Crypta. But among the crowd, or even in the wild, I'll see a band shirt I like and ask whoever's wearing it what tours they saw them on. In exchange, I can tell them how many times I saw them, and maybe even show a picture I got with a band member. It's a conversation starter. But just because you and someone else may like the same band doesn't mean you'll have much else in common. The other person could be a total asshole. Music unites us in a lot of ways, but each person attending a show will have different personalities, experiences, and yes, different things in their music collection. We all respond to the world in different ways, and we have our own experiences that shape the things we enjoy. In the case of metal, punk, industrial, and goth, it all appeals to misfits and outsiders. It's escapism for a lot of us. For misfits, escapism is easier with non-popular music. It becomes this unique thing exclusive to the dive bar and the dance floor. The mainstream music crowd, for the most part, wouldn't understand it, and why should you care if they do? Pop concerts are a different thing from the spiritual catharsis of an Agalloch show. Sometimes people connect with their music so much, the nonconformist nature of it turns into looking for validation, as if they want to keep fitting in with their people. I see this especially in younger fans and not so much anyone past college age, but all the time I'll see them ask, is it okay to like X band or wear this or that if I'm into metal? Or they'll ask about a million bands, is this band metal? Is this band goth? Is it okay to like this if I also like that? Sometimes they just want to make sure that what they think is grindcore actually is grindcore. That's one thing. But for music that's supposed to be about individualism, a lot of people get attracted to groupthink. See, I don't get hung up on labeling music. If I like it, I like it. The end. You do not need my permission or anybody else's to like whatever it is that you like. Go be an individual and just go listen to it. I'm not worried about what anybody else has in their closet or their music collection. I'm too worried about what band shirts I want to buy next. Then some people take it personally when you say something bad about a band that they like. If music is your personality, that's one thing, but making being a fan of one band your entire personality, that just sets you up for problems. I'm a giant Gwar fan. Do you know how many people tell me they can't stand Gwar? I just go, well, damn. Okay, what else do you like? Maybe we'll end up discussing Carcass or the Ramones or something. Within fan bases, there's often perceived universal consensus on some things, and sometimes the bands themselves are responsible for it. There are some bands that go, we don't want you unless you love everything we do. This is a lifestyle. No, I'll like what I want, thank you. Sometimes these same bands tell you which albums it's okay to dislike, but I'll be the judge of that. Or the fan bases get divided into factions. Again, I will decide my favorite Nightwish singer. I don't care what yours is, but don't let anybody tell you that your opinion for preferring one singer over another isn't valid. I was going to see an obituary show once, and there was a couple sitting in their car outside the venue. We had somehow started talking as I was walking past them. We were talking about shows coming up and how long it had been since we'd seen Obituary last. The conversation was going well until they saw someone walking by wearing a Cannibal Corpse shirt with the Corpse Grinder era logo on it. The couple was like, cool band, but there's the Corpse Grinder era logo. They're probably one of those trendy fans that prefers Corpse Grinder. I prefer Corpse Grinder. If liking Corpse Grinder more makes me a trendy fan, then so be it. I didn't voice my objection out loud, but it made me exit the conversation quicker. Frankly, I'm not a fan of those types of cynicisms or people who espouse them. It doesn't exactly encourage an open and freeing space to discuss music. Sometimes people will tell me With Sympathy is their favorite Ministry album. Personally, I don't get it. But if With Sympathy brings you the same joy that Filth Pig brings from me, have at it. After all, it's the same band. You can be a fan, but you can also be an objective fan. I love Ministry, and even I'll admit they put out albums I think are terrible. It doesn't take anything away from the albums that I do like, though. For every relapse, there's a filth pig. In fact, sometimes the band will even agree with you. Al Jorgensen went on record saying Relapse was a mess. Then there are behavioral issues. I like Pentagram, but yes, I will go on record and say that Bobby Liebling hitting his mother was a scumbag thing to do. I'm not even going to go through the mental gymnastics of trying to defend him. He earned that jail sentence. Or say a guitar player you like said some racist shit. You don't have to defend him. You are more than welcome to call him on it. Yes, many of your musical heroes are pieces of shit. It's okay to say so. And no, you don't have to stop listening to their music for it either. Because frankly, if you stop listening to bands based solely on the character of the people involved, you'd be left with pretty slim pickings. But don't stop listening to some band you love because a friend group says you should because the singer might be a prick. There's no way that every artist they listen to are all perfect people, so you draw the line in the sand where you want to draw it. I'm not saying that it's wrong if you don't want to listen to someone because they crossed a moral boundary for you. What I'm saying is that it's a personal choice. While we're on the topic, having absolute judgments on artists when they get accused of heinous things that haven't been proven yet isn't productive. I'm talking career-ending scandals. You'll have fans that feel betrayed somehow and then want to burn everything they ever bought from the band. Then you'll have others thinking someone is totally innocent because they met them after a show and got some autographs. They were so nice when I met them. The thing is, 9 times out of 10, you don't know these people. Unless you personally know them, talk to them, and happened to be there when the alleged situation happened, your verdict on whatever they're being accused of is irrelevant. In a lot of cases, it's better to wait until more information is presented. The musicians are human beings that need to eat, sleep, go to the doctor, and take time off to tend to dying family members, like you. They're as fallible as anybody. Sometimes people have entitled attitudes on what future projects should sound like, and then they get disappointed when it isn't what they wanted. You might also have some high fantasy about meeting a singer, and they didn't respond the way that you were hoping for. Hopefully, it wasn't because you were groveling at their feet and getting overexcited. They understand that it's a big deal for you to meet them, but acting like a total fanboy makes them want to leave quicker. But if you don't like the new music that's coming out, guess what? You don't have to listen to it. You can stick with whatever it was that made you a fan to begin with. There's plenty of other stuff out there that you could like if you go looking for it. So, be a fan, but be an objective fan. And be an individual. I love Throbbing Gristle, and I love 9 Inch Nails. Some industrial purists might say that 9 Inch Nails perverted the industrial genre by making it more accessible and personal. At some point, when you throw absolutes and arbitrary guidelines on music, you end up cutting yourself off from things that you could potentially be enjoying. For the record, it's okay to enjoy both bands. Grind on.